we're going to look at special polar graphs. Now these I recommend you be very familiar with so that you recognize them and you can figure out quickly the shapes. For example, what does a circle look like? Well, if you have a curve of the form r is equal to a cosine of theta, it's a circle that has its diameter along the x-axis. And the a is going to be the diameter. So the radius of your circle will, of course, be a over 2. For a circle whose diameter is along the y-axis, r is a sine theta, and a is, again, the diameter, not the radius. For the limesons, these are of the form r is a plus or minus b cosine theta, or r is a plus or minus b sine theta. And in these cases, a and b are positive. So if you look at the ratio of a to b and it's less than 1, then you're going to have a limeson with some sort of inner loop. Where if the ratio of a to b is equal to 1, this is a heart-shaped cardioid. You have a dimpled limeson. You see it just has that little bump in there when the ratio between a and b is between 1 and 2. And a convex limeson when the ratio is greater than 2. Now Rose curves, the AP test really likes these. You may need to be able to draw one of these. Is of the form r is a cosine n theta. All right, this is a Rose curve. Or it may be of the form r is a sine n theta. Now it has n petals when n is odd. So here when n is 3, r is a cosine n theta gives you a 3-petaled rose. Where n is 5, I have a 5-petaled rose. And you have 2 n petals when n is even. So for 4, I'm going to have 8 petals. And for 2, I have 4 petals here. Now, when it's r equals a cosine n theta, then one of the petals, the first petal, is going to be centered on this x-axis here. While when r is a sine theta, one of the key petals, it's going to rest along the y-axis here. Similarly, for a Rose curve with even petals, when it's cosine, again, you see you have at least one of the petals, when it's even, there are 2, along the x-axis. While when you have a sine curve, we don't have that. It kind of curves this way. So you need to be very familiar with these forms. The other form you need to know is the limit skates. R squared is a squared sine 2 theta, and r squared is a squared cosine 2 theta.